What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast Show where we talk to you about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week is your boy, Mickle Clerk.
That's not my name.
Mickle
That's not how you say it.
Mickle.
Say it right.
Michael Clare.
Yeah.
How we doing on this? How is this fine Sunday?
I am ravishing.
Oh, yeah, everyone's gone.
Everybody left as soon as we started recording.
There was 3 people behind the camera, then 4, now
there was
0.
really 4.
Yeah, now there's none.
And now
0.
we're alone.
We're alone here.
But I mean, to be fair, we're all they ever see.
I know. I guess that's good.
So it's normal for them.
Yeah, but y'all don't understand how lonely it is out here, you know? Today we're going to talk about the Nintendo Indie World that happened this week. Also, Ubisoft confirmed a game is coming back. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Ubisoft makes games.
But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping for you.
A little bit.
If you enjoy this show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup, where for my elbow hurts. Or for $1 you can get access to the I don't know. For $1 you can get access to my elbow hurting. You can get access to the lovely Discord where we talk about a lot of things. The boys are talking about the current esports going on with Halo, which is nice. Over $5 you get access to that Discord and the post shows of both the shows that we do and the backlog of those post shows and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/synceduppodcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of this show specifically go up in all of those feeds Mondays at 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You can also write into this show to synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we may read those on the show. You should also consider dropping a follow on Twitter at synceduppod to keep up to date with all of our content from across the board.
Good board.
Couple of things for you, a couple other housekeeping items that is not normally in the housekeeping.
Not there.
We will be doing a 100th episode extravaganza. So
we're talking news, games.
Wow.
Me and Tim.
Yeah, okay.
A camera, a table, and at least 2 chairs.
Yeah, fair enough. 6 weeks from now will be our 100th episode. This was the 94th episode. When we hit that 100th episode, we're going to be doing a 100th episode extravaganza. What that means is the film podcast for that week will be postponed. We will not be doing the film cast that week. We're going to be skipping a week. Instead, this show is going to go up in both of those feeds.
24 hours.
Not 24 hours. That's some what's that? Extra Life. But this show is going to be a 2 to 3 hour pod, and it's going to go in both of the feeds. And it's going to be the 100th episode extravaganza. We're going to maybe have drinking games. Maybe we eat some pizza and do ASMR.
Maybe it's just pizza for 3 hours.
We're going to have a bunch of games to play. We're going to have a bunch of emails to read. We're going to have a lot of stuff to do.
Coming up with some stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So if you have anything that you would like us to talk about, to do, any games you would like us to play during that time period.
Whatever you'd like us to wear.
Yeah, whatever you like us to wear. You can write in to synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord, and we will pin those and we will talk about it on that episode. That episode's just going to be for anybody who pays at the $5 tier at patreon.com/syncedup. For anyone who watches those post shows, assume it's going to be post show vibes for the whole thing. We're going to be kicking back. We're going to have multiple guests in here. Maybe we have people call in. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and we're just going to celebrate 100 episodes of our podcast and kind of just sit back and have fun. It's going to be really nice.
Mm-hmm. It will be.
Yep.
Exciting
also,
stuff.
if you don't watch the film cast, you should at least consider watching next week's episode. This week's episode, too, because you should watch them all.
They're all good.
Next week's episode will be the finale of the Disney Rewatch and Rank. That means we will have rewatched and ranked 51 Disney animated films. They will be fully ranked. We'll go through the list. We'll talk about the journey. We'll talk about some of our favorite stuff. We'll reflect back. Maybe we talk about some of our favorite songs, some of our favorite moments, favorite characters. We're just going to be going through. It'll probably be a longer episode, and we're just gonna go back and look at that list and really just soak in all the stuff. And then this week we'll announce. No, I guess we won't announce.
No, next week.
Next week we'll announce the winner of the current vote for what we watch next, which again is Christopher Nolan or Harry Potter. Again, you can write in, you can email, you can Twitter DM, you can text, you can do a YouTube comment. It doesn't matter. You can vote anyway, whether it's Christopher Nolan's filmography or the Harry Potter series. We're going to watch one of those. Currently, the vote is at a tie, so get your votes in now on what we watch next, and we will announce that. We'll announce the winners next week. Not this episode coming up, but next week. And then the week after that will be our recap of the year episode where we talk about our favorite stuff we watched the year, our favorite movies throughout the year, and that'll be more kickback episode. And then we'll come back into the new year in January. We'll come back with a strong Game of the Year episode for this podcast. We'll talk about all the games we played this year and all of our favorite moments. Maybe, or we'll crown a synced up Game of the Year. And then, of course, on the film pod, we'll go in starting off strong with the start of Nolan or Harry Potter, whatever it ends up being. So there you go. Anyway, let's get into the video game news. Enough of that housekeeping stuff. Sorry about that. Here's everything that appeared during Nintendo's latest Indie World Showcase. This roundup is from Eurogamer. So we started it off strong with Sea of Stars. Right out the gate, there was much excitement with the first proper look at the Messenger developer Sabotage Studios' Sea of Stars, which was announced back in March last year. It's a striking retro-inspired RPG with modernized elements telling the story of two children of the solstice, able to combine the powers of the sun and moon into eclipse magic as they battle the monstrous creations of evil alchemists of evil alchemists. See, it's of an evil alchemist is what it should say, you know. So
no, that's fine.
Of evil alchemist, the Fleshmancer?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's just, those are adjectives.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it works either way.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not where my brain was. It's already looking lovely, and it should sound just as sumptuous too, given it features music from Chrono Trigger composer Yasunori Mitsuda. Sorry, but there's still a bit of wait as it's not due to launch on Switch until winter of 2022.
Should be away.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool, but not my style game.
I thought it looked neat.
Mm-hmm.
If you like the Messenger, it seems like I can't remember. There was something that was like, if you like the Messenger, you'll like this one because of this reason.
Yeah,
like, there was something that
it's not
connected.
It's not even close to the same game though.
No, they're completely different styles of game. But I think there's probably something that's happening together.
Alicia, it's made by the same person.
I know, but I thought they said there was something in game that kind of ties together.
It's like a prequel.
Yeah, that's
like a story.
Okay,
yeah.
it's the story then.
Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses. Next up is developer Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, a puzzle game with a strong local co-op focus that sees two sisters attempting to navigate a deserted temple. Although Alicia's challenges can be tackled solo, two players can take charge of one sister apiece, each utilizing a substantially different control scheme, one deploying motion or Joy-Con controls and the other using the touchscreen. This one is coming in spring next year. This one seems interesting. The couch co-op thing. Locomotive. I was into this one. Fans of classic point-and-click adventures have something new to keep an eye on in the form of Locomotive, a comedic murder mystery set aboard the Royce Express. Players take control of three separate characters, lawyer Arthur Ackerman, wannabe detective Herman Merman, and secret agent Deanna Osterhagen, who are all rather inconveniently also the suspects, meaning they'll need to do some not-so-serious sleuthing in order to clear their name. Expect puzzles, japes, and a fully voiced script when Locomotive arrives in summer 2022.
That one looked all right.
Yeah, I was into this one. Of course, Murder on the Orient Express birthed the classic train murder mystery, and that shit hits. Afterlove EP. Afterlove EP is the latest game from Mohamed Fahmy, the designer behind the acclaimed Coffee Talk, which I loved, by the way, and is described as a story of music, loss, and lyricism. Unfolding in modern-day Jakarta, it tells the tale of a young musician, Rama, coming to terms with the death of his girlfriend. Developer Pixelnesia calls Afterlove EP a unique mix of dating sim, rhythm game, and narrative adventure, and players will be able to experience its delicate charms when it launches next summer. This looks like a cry game.
I will say, like, you're just gonna cry a lot. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
that's fair. I watched this event, or at least a good chunk of it. I don't remember
this was like the hand drawn one, and the homie was playing a guitar and singing those rhythm elements. It looked right up Noah's alley.
But just trying to I'm trying to remember a lot of these.
It was an unforgettable. It was a forgettable event.
Yeah.
Dungeon Munchies. Dungeon Munchies is certainly an odd one, serving up a slice of 2D side-scrolling action platforming that casts players as freshly deceased adventurer who wakes in a vast underground facility, suspiciously undead. There's combat, exploration, and a peculiar culinary twist, courtesy of your companion, the Necro Chef Simmer. The gist is that players can hunt down the monsters they encounter, then cook and eat them, gaining new abilities in the process. Dungeon Munchies is out today on Switch's eShop. Thought that was something that Chance might be into. A lot of these games are misses for me. Figment 2 Creed Valley. Figment 2 Creed Valley is, believe it or not, the sequel to 2017's well-received Figment. Like its forebearer, Figment 2 has a distinctly musical edge, breaking out in song with every eye, and presumably ear, catching boss fights as players explore a nightmare-ravaged world inside a human mind. There's puzzling exploration set between two switchable world states, open-minded and closed-minded, plus a two-player local co-op mode. Figment 2 Creed Valley launches next February, and there's also a free demo available now on the eShop.
Wow.
Let's play Oink Games. Board game fans might already be familiar with Japanese publisher Oink Games' acclaimed series of dinky tabletop creations, and its new Let's Play offering bundles together four of its most well-known deep sea adventure, Startups, A Fake Artist Goes to New York, and Moon Adventure. With more to be added in the future, online and local multiplayer is supported, and it's out today on Switch as a timed console exclusive for £17.99, which probably means like $15 American. Here's the burp. Ending Extinction is Forever. Ending Extinction is Forever from developer Hero Beat Studios looks like a bit of a tearjerker, casting players as the last mother fox in a world ravaged by humanity. The goal is to traverse the desolate landscape in search of safety with your 3 young cubs in tow, with players needing to hunt animals on their journey and teach the cubs new skills in order to make them less vulnerable to predators, with the decision made along the way influencing which cubs make it through to the end. Expect this one to arrive in spring 2022.
I thought this one looked good.
It did look good.
I remember this one a lot.
The dude was talking about how it was like brutal, and he was like, "Yeah, this shit's just sad."
It's gonna mess you up.
Yeah. Ollie Ollie World. Ollie Ollie World, the ambitious new entry in developer Roll 7's acclaimed skateboarding series, got a fresh airing during Nintendo's latest Indie World showcase with a new gameplay trailer highlighting its skateboard-infused action platforming, which this time unfolds in the decidedly weird world of Radlandia, a kingdom forged by the skateboarding gods. It continues to look wonderful, but the most important news is that Ollie Ollie World now has a release date and will be coming to Switch on the 8th of February next year. Get excited for that. I know Noah is really pumped up. River City Girls 2. Developer WayForward's retro-style beat-em-up sequel River City Girls 2, announced back in June, also resurfaced during the Nintendo Showcase, offering up a debut trailer focusing on the 4 additional playable characters joining Kyoko and Misako for this newest adventure. New moves, enemies, areas, items, and branching paths are promised, and there's also co-op play, both local and online, for 2 players. River City Girls 2 is set to arrive next summer. And with all those out the way, Nintendo took a moment to slip by the now traditional montage, showcasing a number of other titles coming to Switch over the next year. There's Wash Bear Studios' wonderful prehistoric park management sim Parkosaurus and Co-op Survival and Don't Starve Together, both coming in the spring, plus adorable adventure Chicory, A Colorful Tale, out now on the Switch. Baby Storm arrives on the 21st of January. Surreal action-adventure RPG Grime is due next summer. And Gerda, A Flame in Winter, a story-driven adventure set in World War II, arrives sometime in 2022. Striking stealth puzzle adventure Time Lie is out now, and there's a demo available as well. And Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery, a vivid interactive fiction about an aspiring artist on the cusp of finishing the final piece of her gallery submission, is out in the spring. Then they hit you with the one more thing in the form of Amori. And finally, there's the acclaimed Amori, a strange, unnerving, turn-based RPG that Eurogamer previously described as part childhood fantasy and part waking nightmare. It's a game that tackles some difficult subjects, depression, anxiety, and suicide, but one that received a substantial amount of praise on its initial release last year. It comes to Switch in spring 2022. It seemed like a game Noah would like, even though he said
there seemed like there were a lot of good games in here.
Yeah, but it wasn't the event for me, in my opinion.
No. And they finessed me. When I heard the one more thing,
Hollow Knight is what I thought.
I thought so too. I was like, the boys are finally going to get it.
Silk Song. Because I was hitting that jig.
They set it up, bro. They were like, that's the event. And
yeah.
We got one more thing.
Yeah, that shit hurted.
Yeah. I've been waiting for the one more thing for a while, and we just...
That's the first time we got the one more thing in a while. It's been a long time since we heard.
We didn't get a Game Awards. Haven't gotten it.
I'm sure Mori fans were going nuts, but
yeah, I'm sure.
Not for me.
But it's not even a new game.
Yeah. All in all, it's an okay event. Just gets me excited for whatever Nintendo's official direct is going to be.
In probably February.
Late January, early February.
After looking at it, it looked like most of them come out in February, not January. I don't think they do a January direct.
Let's just do this early year stuff, man. Let's get it popping. Get
Give
that
me
spring
Arceus,
direct,
bro.
Give you what?
Arceus. That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that comes out soon, man. You got like
a month away.
30 days. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to Ubisoft. There's a couple of Ubisoft stories this week. Starting with the first and foremost, the 2 expansions that came to Valhalla and Odyssey. So they dropped a crossover expansion that has what's the girl's name from Odyssey? Cassandra and Ivor. They have a crossover story event. They're different for each game, but basically it's a story expansion that's very, very big, free. Shadow dropped it. If you re-download Odyssey, you can go through a crossover story with Ivor, and then re-download Valhalla, go through a crossover story with Cassandra, and have some really cool character interactions there. 2 different stories. Shadow dropped. I know Chance is playing through that stuff right now, so that's really exciting. And also, they confirmed this week they started production on a Splinter Cell at Ubisoft Toronto. Kind of odd they didn't show this at the Game Awards. I feel like this could have some pop at the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah.
You just, you're sitting there, he's like, get real excited for this next thing, and then you just hear...
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to have like a crazy cinematic trailer.
Just a little green thing.
Yeah, you have to like
Splinter Cell is back.
You flash the,
yeah,
that's easy.
Just like they did with Skate, they were like, "Hey man, Skate's coming back."
It's a thing.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do.
Yeah, you could have done
to
that.
Generate some hype.
Doesn't really make a lot of sense that it wasn't there, but anyway, they dropped it in a tweet. Hey, we're hiring people to make a Splinter Cell. So that's coming. Anyway, that's it for the news this week. There's some stuff with NFTs, but I don't want to fucking talk about that because I don't like NFTs.
What was it?
Stalker 2 said, "Hey, we're making NFTs for our game," and then everyone said, "Fuck you," and then Stalker 2 was like, "Oh, you're right. Fuck us. I'm sorry. We won't do that."
Like, okay, so I'm confused because like what you use NFT for is it only useful in the sense of reselling, like a secondary market after, like for items and cosmetics and stuff?
No.
So like, could you use NFT technology in your game and it not be like? That's what I'm curious about.
Man, don't ask me these questions.
You don't know nothing about.
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. Like I feel like
I'm like the dude from Wreck-It Ralph 2, where he's like, it's new, we don't know nothing about it, and therefore we should fear it.
I guess that's fair. I don't know, because the technology is cool and there's definitely a use for it. I just feel like it's being exploited right now.
No, 100%. There's no loss. We need to implement some loss. People are being scammed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Anyway, now it's time for this section of the podcast following the news.
Right after the news.
Where we go over the historical releases, and you guessed it, this week in gaming.
And really not this week.
Lame-ass week.
This is the
December
worst
20th,
week.
nothing. December 21st, nothing. December 22nd, Golden Axe in 1989.
What is Golden Axe?
You never played Golden Axe? It's a classic like Genesis game, and it also came out in the arcade.
Oh.
It's like classic. It's really classic. December 23rd, Halo Spartan Assault in 2013. December 24th, Gary's Mod on Christmas Eve. That's a big launch. Yeah, Gmod is dope.
That's a mod.
On Christmas, nothing. This week is just Japanese stuff because they don't talk about they don't celebrate Christmas or whatever, so it's all Japanese games. And then December 26th, Golden Axe 2 in 1991.
So you got arcade game, Halo Spartan Assault,
Gary's
Gmod.
Yep.
That's it. That's all that came out Christmas week.
Yep.
Wow.
A little bit of a
that's pretty trash.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty ass cheeks.
Not a good week. Or I've said this before. Drop a game on one of those days, solidify yourself in the podcast for the rest of eternity.
I know, exactly.
You're always going to be brought up by yourself.
Now it's time to talk about the things we've been playing. What you been playing?
Halo.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Halo. This week I played way less games than usual. I've been doing stuff with Adriana. I got into Pokemon.
You got the cards.
Of course, we went and watched Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was a movie week.
So this week I was kind of lax on it. So I've only really played for this week total, maybe 2 hours of Halo and just campaign because I'm trying to finish the campaign before getting back into multiplayer. Of course, Adriana's gonna be leaving tomorrow, so I should be able to just rush through it because 21st is when the next event comes out for Winter Contingency, and that event is 2 weeks long, and its missions are just play a match every single day, and you get the entire thing, which I will be doing. I will at least at least boot it up and just move the analog stick around and be AFK at least once a day to be able to get, because those cosmetics look really cool. So
recently they
and I didn't get to play Team SWAT or nothing yet.
They did the playlist update. I haven't done anything out of the playlist besides
Slayer.
No, not even that. I haven't had to use the Slayer one. Fiesta. That's it.
Yeah.
I've been playing Fiesta. Fiesta's fun. I'm glad that I can play it whenever I want now.
Yeah, and
the challenges
are better, I've heard.
Yes, but
Ben's
still
been playing a lot.
There's still not a lot of some challenges are just so much harder. I had one that was win 2 stronghold matches, which is not hard. Mm-hmm. It's just hard to get into a stronghold match. Yeah. And I re-rolled it, and it was just get a double kill in Fiesta, which is super easy.
Yeah.
So it's
there's some shit like that before too, where it's get 10 kills in a wasp. You're and you re-roll it, and then it's get 3 kills the bulldog. You're oh, okay. I've noticed that shit like that, get kill, or destroy 3 wasps, and then you re-roll it, and it's get a kill with a grenade.
They have balanced it a little bit, where the ranked ones are you get an extra 100 or 200 XP if you do a ranked challenge. Mm-hmm. Let's just win a ranked match or play ranked matches or something like that. You get extra XP when it's a ranked thing.
Okay.
I wish they would just balance it. This is clearly harder. Here's more XP for it, because then I'd be more willing to keep the challenge.
Yeah.
And not
just instantly swap some.
Yeah, because there's some that I'm just dude, that's gonna take me forever.
Yeah.
Let me swap it.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, so that's all I've been playing, really. Yeah. Just that and getting into the Pokemon TCG in a pretty big way.
Yes, sir.
Very, very much enjoying that. Went to a tournament. First card game tournament in 2 years.
Got smacked.
Well, I went 1 and 2. The 2 games I got smacked were the worst matchup for that deck.
And to be fair, starter deck.
Yep. And those are also the decks I was playing against. Tier 1 decks, S tier decks, widely regarded as S tier decks. Yep. And then maybe I could have went 3-2. I don't know, but I didn't. I dropped for the last 2 matches. It was getting a little late, and Adriana came with me, and so did Noah, and I didn't want them to just sit around for another hour and a half waiting for me to finish 2 more matches. So
I get you.
Not too bad. The timers are only 30 minutes on that, so it's not as bad as Magic.
Is it you just play 1 round?
It's best of one. Yeah. And they're just 30 minutes. Usually it never goes to time.
Yeah, you can get through them pretty fast.
So it's not as bad. So 5 matches is just 2.5 hours.
I remember Dragon Ball could take forever.
More like 2:45 because there's a little bit of a minute in between each before they start it back up again. But yeah, so it's 2 hours and 45 minutes to play 5 matches compared to Magic or Dragon Ball. We go to a Dragon Ball tournament, play 3 matches, and it'd be 4 hours. Yeah. It's pretty bad because the timers are 55 minutes, 55 minutes, 55 minutes. And so. Pokemon's a lot better.
Pretty quick.
A lot better with that. I'm excited. Because you got some time off. We're gonna maybe be able to go to some tournaments together. I'm excited for that. And that's gonna be fun. I got a new deck coming in. I got current rework to my current deck I got going on. I'm excited getting in, playing in some competitive card game again. It's been really fun. I've been really enjoying it. And Pokemon is absurdly cheap right now for the competitive scene, especially compared to other Pokemon games. Partially due to the fact that there's no Grand Prix, no World Tours or anything.
But and it's because there's a lot of things. The demand for Pokemon cards is extremely high, but not for the competitive
on
sense.
The collective
on
side.
the collecting side. So there's plenty of like competitive stuff that's just left over that many people are willing to sell.
And you get expensive cards in the form of like Mew VMAX. You want to make the Mew VMAX deck. That
Which
deck's
is
of
the
course
best deck.
It's going to cost you $250. But you're telling me the best deck in the meta is $250. And compared to other games, Magic, you'd be running $600, $700, $800 to get those best decks out there. It's like crazy that and even if you bling them out, like it's not that bad. But let's say you play a mid-tier to upper tier deck and you don't bling it out. Between like the trainer boxes, which gets you all the staples and stuff like that, you're able to really craft like the solid deck that I have.
It's never been so easy to craft a top tier deck for cheap.
Looking at all the top
no other
decks,
game does it that well.
Yeah, you're only running the big costs when you start to get the secret rares, the alternate arts, the full arts, and then you have like a really big cost, and that's nice. But it's standard. I'm not gonna be doing that. Maybe if I get into expanded, I'll make like a blinged out deck, but I highly doubt that.
Gym leader.
It's not too bad. I about a month and a half, Fusion Strike prices will go down a bit. Once you get those cards out there, people aren't really buying them all up immediately. So those will go down, and it won't even be too bad there in that area. Plus, we're still able to find them for pretty close to retail, so it's not too bad. I've been really enjoying getting back into Pokemon. Plus, it's just a fun game.
It is.
It's great.
And
I think really good games, man.
I think I'm biased. I like the artwork on like generic Pokemon cards.
Yeah. That was a pretty good one.
So much.
That Sandshrew was nice. That's cool art. Anyway, now it's time for Reader Mail. You can write into the podcast. Damn, this is a short podcast.
The news was just kind of weak. It was the indie showcase and the Ubisoft
25 minutes podcast.
I'm going to do the classic.
We're sorry.
I'm going to go to Reddit.
Yeah, hit something up. Damn, we've zoomed through that. It's just, it was a forgettable week. There wasn't much. It's up to Christmas week, Like, there's not much
everything's slowing down. After the Game Awards, kind of all tapers off for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we might do our Game of the Year conversation next week if there's jack shit for news.
There's the NFT thing you're talking about, which are season 3 scripts almost done.
If there's nothing for news, I think we might do the Game of the Year conversation next week.
A scientist who taught rats how to play Doom 2 wants to stream it on Twitch.
Okay.
Sony files a new trademark for the Order 1886.
Yeah, but that shit happens all the time, man.
Infinite adds a dedicated slayer. Yep.
Pretty much jack shit, man.
That's it.
Okay.
They said the Hades is the first video game to ever win the Hugo Award.
What is the Hugo Award?
It's a literary prize. Writing thing.
Oh, that game does have incredible ass writing. That's big. Shout out to Supergiant, man.
It beat off competition from The Last of Us 2, Spiritfarer, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing, and Blaseball. So awesome that Blaseball's got some good.
It does.
There's a lot of lore there.
Yeah, it does. That's tight. You love to see it.
This guy's okay. I was reading this, but this guy's comment was, if that was a competition, it's no wonder Hades managed to win. I've never even heard of Blaseball. Oh, people are missing out.
I know.
Blaseball.
I would get back into Blaseball if they had a dedicated app.
Yeah, I had so many problems with the website.
I don't want to go back on the website. If they made a Blaseball app that was the same exact thing, but it was just more intuitive,
good UI,
give me a dark mode, throw me an app, I would actually get back into it in a big way. But I just going into the web browser and stuff, it's just annoying for me. But for people like Noah and stuff that sit on the computer, play a lot of PC games, have it in the alternate tab, just play some bets and stuff. Super easy, super fun, funny, great community. I just can't.
The community was the best part.
Yeah, I just need an app.
It was very cool.
It would be good to have an app. Anyway, now it's time for Reader Mail. You can write your questions, comments, or concerns into the podcast to synceduppod@gmail.com or the Reader Mail submissions tab of the Discord, just like Spencer did. What is the most atmospheric game you've ever played?
Atmospheric game. Like it really puts you in the setting and like completely envelops you.
Yeah, gets you in.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay.
I'm really thinking. I don't know. Do I look like someone who plays atmospheric games?
No, you don't really play atmospheric games.
I'm vamping for you, bro.
Atmospheric games. It's usually horror games, things like the Outlast 2.
Hate it.
Resident Evil type games.
Okay.
Those get you in a little bit. Those are very atmospheric. Silent Hill.
But I don't play them with the lights off. Lights are on. I got the headphones on, but one piece is off.
Some of the best atmospheric games, of course, VR games like Beat Saber and shit, that locks you in.
Oh yeah, that stuff's cool. Obviously VR because it's
Super.
like you're enveloped in all of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's cheating.
This next question,
Tetris. Oh, dude.
Huh?
That's the
Tetris
answer.
Effect.
Tetris Effect.
Tetris Effect is the answer.
Because once you're in, you're like in
even
for the
on
whole
Switch
level.
and shit.
Probably gonna be loud. I apologize. Okay. I don't even play Tetris, but even when like watching someone else play Tetris, when you get that good doom, you're in.
The flow.
You're in. Yeah, you're like,
the
oh,
flow
no.
state.
So good.
I've sat down and watched y'all play so much.
I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Halo's great. Not Halo. Halo is great.
Tetris Effect. Yeah. Anyway, so Lucas also writes in, how do you feel about relaxing indie games focused on exploring, a la Journey, Sable, etc.? This is my sauce.
Can't do it.
This is my sauce. Journey was the shit. Sable is a good-ass game. Of course, we had Bob Buell on here last year talking about The Witness. This is great. Let's just sit. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Edith Finch. Even Jordan liked Edith Finch. Yeah, just games where you're just sitting back. Outer Wilds, I don't know. There's a timer, so there's not. I don't know how relaxing it is.
It's not real. Well, he doesn't. Oh, he does say relaxing. Okay,
Yeah.
I just read exploring.
Oh, no, I take that back. Edith Finch is not relaxing. That shit hurts.
It does, but you're just exploring. You know, you're just vibing.
You're just vibing.
Great. Breath of the Wild even counts to this kind of to a degree. Like those games are my sauce, bro. Let's just sit back. Let's ponder. Let's ponder. You know what I mean?
I like doing relaxing stuff in games I already like.
Yeah.
Hatching eggs in Pokemon, like shiny hunts, shit like that. That's relaxing for me.
Yeah.
Fishing in Skyrim, bro.
But I wouldn't do that in a game that's just that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
I need the other stuff. I can't.
Anyway, that's
sit
it.
there and walk around.
That's it for this episode of the Synced Up Podcast.
Is it? How long did we even?
27 minutes, man.
Bro, y'all want to hear something
That's
weird?
sad.
Very, very short episode. What's going on?
There's a hunting game, like a Cabela's game on Game Pass.
Cabela's, yeah.
I downloaded it.
What about did you download the Ben 10 open world game?
No, is it there?
Yeah, there's a Ben 10 open world game that dropped on Game Pass. It's kind of wild.
There's some.
Is it good?
There's a good week for.
I don't know. People have been
Xbox
playing
game.
it.
I'll try it.
The Gunk came out on Xbox.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, a lot of Game Pass stuff.
Broken
anyway,
Age.
that's it. For Broken Age on Game Pass?
Yeah.
That's a good ass game. You should play that.
Yeah.
That's one of Noah's favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Synced Up Podcast. Thank you for watching or listening. If you listen to the audio version on Spotify, Spotify has rolled out a rating system. You can now go on Spotify and rate the podcast. So go on to Spotify, go onto our page. Make sure you search the Filmcast too. Synced Up Podcast, Synced Up Filmcast. Give us a 5-star rating. We would very, very much appreciate that. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts and those other things, do it on there too. But specifically, if you got Spotify, even if you don't listen there, just jump over there and give us a rating. If you don't have it yet, just rest assured it will be updated and put onto your phone. Please, please do that.
Can we play Among Us?
Among Us. Anyway,
it's on Xbox.
That is funny. Can't do it tonight, so yeah, that's it for this episode. You should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/synced where for $5 you get access to the lovely Discord.
Lovely, very lovely,
and the post shows of all the shows that we do, like the one that we're about to do. So for those of you who paid $5, we'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm about to tell y'all how we got finessed.
Everybody else, we'll see you guys next week or tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.